When I was 15, I wore black shirts because all my friends wore black shirts. And they all wore black shirts because their heroes wore black shirts. So their heroes became my heroes, and my black shirts were not my black shirts. There we were, in the throes of adolescence, tossed about by a body so desperate to change, it crashed into whatever it could touch and withdrew to take in as much as it could take in. We grow up selfish. We walk through corridors and turn around by spinning while holding onto posts, our hands covered with the strong scent of rust. My hate was not my hate. Even though I told the other black shirts, yeah man, I hated St. Anger. Ask me anything about the 80s as long as it has to do with Florida Bay thrash in the day. A bus turned over on a wide desert road and took Cliff Burton too soon, away from us all. And I'll tell you how much I know and why I know this, as though the exalted dead were pillars for our living. My father was orphaned at the age of 16. In a family of 8, he had to make a day's decent pay, take nights to play Simon and Garfunkel under the bar lights, for meat cut too close to the bone, and change for a tricycle ride back home. If things had gone differently, he'd have gone for a philosophy degree, I think. I remember a Bible as thick as a clenched fist resting on the table of our veranda when my father gave me one of those prolonged "where did I go wrong" stares. What if it wasn't God who provided the money for you to keep up down payments for this house, Papa? What if it was all you? And an old photo with my mother, he is wearing over his white dress shirt a green and purple paisley vest and has yet to cut his silver ponytail. Both of them are smiling. The vest still hangs in his closet. He owns 2 guitars, one of which is older than I am. When my brother and I were born, he uncurled his fists into cribs and held us in his calloused hands like a god or a carpenter. And when we were babies, he tickled us by strumming our bellies, and in response, we would sing laughter over a backing track of innocence. The hair on our heads is graying faster than we can accept. Each and every one of us is a budding psychologist trying to read the mind of the universe. The Zodiac, the churches, Allen Ginsberg, and folk rock all birthed from the same troubled womb, so nervous to create it exploded into being. I wore a black shirt under my uniform and closed the top buttons whenever I felt like someone was watching. My father's love letters to my mother filled up a whole shoebox, so pull out your old clothes from your closets, though they may be too loose for our bony frames, because we walk on a rock spinning in a body so vast and beautiful, it crashes into whatever nothingness it can touch and waits to withdraw into a grand tantrum of brokenness to start again. We are meant to grow into the spaces we inhabit. I am my father's son. My father was once his father's son and his father. In the final days, when the temples of my making fall apart, I will run into his arms strong as pillars and wait for the world to restart.